The following is an exclusive presentation of Jesup Broadcasting, the sports leader in Southeast Georgia.
World famous. The world famous Butch and Bob Show.
And good morning. You're listening to the world-famous Butch and Bob Show, Wednesday morning, the 5th day of June. Butch Hubbard here with you, along with Bob Morgan. Thank you very much for waking up and tuning in to 105.5 FM in Jesup, Big Dog Country Radio. World-famous Butch and Bob Show brought to you by Murphy Builder Supply on Northeast Broad Street in downtown Jesup, just down from the Big Red Caboose. Also by the Women's Health Center in downtown Jesup at Cherry and Broad, and by Mike Birch Ford in Blackshear. Good morning, Bob.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
I'm good.
Good. We got a guest in here this morning. Tell us what's going on.
Yeah, well, like I said, all kinds of sports have summer programs going on, and another one of the high school sports that has a summer program is the high school boys basketball program, and we've got Coach Ray here to tell us all about it. And Coach Ray, nice successful season. I'm sure you were like Coach Cribb. You kind of hated to see graduation come because you lost 7 seniors walk across that stage, and you had them since they were freshmen. So I know it's a special group to you. They're all did well, all graduated. Most of them going to college. Why don't we just run down the 7 guys and where they're going, because that's been a great story, the success of this basketball program, region title, nice state run, but a good group that you've had since their freshman year. But they did you well. Did you proud this year?
Oh, yes, sir. Good morning. Thank y'all for having me on again. That group, it really was special. Like I said, I had them since they were freshmen. And just to see a bunch of kids, also great parents that have supported the basketball program for all 4 years. And also with kids graduating, they still supporting the basketball program. So big shout out to them as well. But those kids, man, they worked so hard throughout the whole 4 years. They was committed. Anything that we asked, they done. So basically just having that foundation of those 7 kids, it helped build a foundation for the kids that we have now. All 7 kids, we have Anthony Grant and Marcus Trice going out to Illinois Central out in Chicago. We also have Justin Hines going to school at Georgia State. We also have Isaiah Moultrie going to school at Trinity University. We also have Emmanuel Green going to Bruton Parker. We also have, so many of them. I said 2, 3. We have Amari Harris. Amari Harris is going out to East Georgia, which I'm sure, like I said, all these kids going to do well. And, man, we just thankful, like I said. And we have one kid that also going to the Navy. So we just, like I said, it been a special bunch. And just to see these kids leave, man, it was heartwarming. Very heartwarming. And
it's nice to see them be able to continue their education, play basketball. So, I tell people the story that the school board had the team recognized at a board meeting one night, and they were all there. They all had their khakis, their white shirts, and their sweater vest that said Wayne County basketball on there. And they were, being recognized for winning the region title, having a good state run. But I'll never forget, they asked one of the kids, "What has Coach Ray taught you?" And he walked right up to the podium and says, "Coach Ray taught us that eventually that basketball is going to go flat. And if we don't have an education, we don't have anything." And so he's taught us that you have to have an education to fall back on. So I was like ready to give a standing ovation. I was like, that's the best answer I've heard at a school board meeting from an athlete in a while. But you got to be proud. But like I said, not only do they play basketball, but you have to do community events as well. They go out in the community. They go to senior citizens' homes. Explain that, why you have the kids do all these certain things to be involved in your program.
The first thing that, that we when I took the job, that it wasn't about the wins or the losses or whatnot. I told our kids that if we commit to doing the right thing and standing by the right thing, that the wins will come, and just putting these kids out to be productive citizens. Because like you said, that ball will go flat one day. And if we're not teaching, what are we doing as coaches? If we're not teaching these kids that, because the real world will hit you in the face if you're not prepared for it. When you walk across that stage without discipline in the real world, they can spit you out. So basically, that's by doing all those things that we do, community service and just gelling the team to going to churches and helping people, was just to gel the team to know that by helping that you will get good things from that. And by doing the right thing, you will get good things from that.
Oh, and it's paid off because it's brought an exciting brand of basketball. I mean, not only they good citizens, good students, but they very talented. I mean, it was a fun basketball season. The crowds were into it. Won a region title, had a nice run in the state. So, what do you got coming back? What can we expect this coming season for Wayne County High School boys basketball?
Like I said, the foundation was already built. Our junior class will be seniors this year. It's a special bunch as well. And with them teaching we was young outside of our junior class. It's going to be seniors, but still by them being in the program have helped us out a lot. And that senior bunch, like you said, they have helped build a foundation. So right now, we really looking forward to this next basketball season, because like you said, that foundation is built. So only thing we got to do is just get in the lab more and just build on what we have built so far with those seniors that just left.
You got a summer program already underway. Where are the games played at? Where are y'all going? Y'all playing games here?
Oh yes, sir. We just this past weekend we had our 6th annual Shaquille Morgan shootout. We had 7 teams come out. A whole lot of competition. Also, this year we're going back to Florida State University to compete. Also, we going to Upson Lee up in Atlanta to compete as well. So we looking forward this summer, because the summer is so special for us. Without the summer, the summer really get us prepared for October and November. So basically, we looking forward to this summer this year.
I know the past couple of years, you've also implemented a trip where the kids go up to Atlanta and play, and they get to see a Hawks game. I know they enjoy that.
Oh yes, by like in December we do a whole lot to try to show kids that is more to get out and see more. We go to Atlanta, we play in the Phillies Arena, and also the kids get to go back and see an NBA game. And also, like the past year, we went to Florida State to see a college game. So just taking the kids out just to see new things is very important. It's more than just basketball. With the program, we just trying to make the kids just see different things, see more in life.
How you getting these kids to buy into this program? I said because I tell people you have a strict discipline program. You tell them that they don't buy by the rules. Then pretty much there's the door. I mean, you told that story one year where a kid showed up late for practice, and you told him he missed practice, you need to go home.
Oh yes.
He came back the next day, and he was there 10 minutes early. He realized. So how do you get them to buy in?
I think it's Bob. I really structure and discipline. I think it's the key, and not only just the basketball, just life, period. With having discipline, and with our kids, they know. 'Cause, like, if you're not academics, our academics come first. If you're not doing the right thing in the classroom, what can you do for us on the basketball court? You're not going to talk to teachers in any kind of way, talk to adults in any type of way, your parents in any type of way, and think that you're going to have success on the basketball court, because them two don't go hand in hand. So without you doing the right thing, we talk to our kids all the time that it take all of us doing the right thing. Not one, not two, it take all. So we try to hold kids accountable for their action. And if you do not want to get with the program, we have a system on to the next. You can be scoring 30 points one year, and if you don't get your act together, it's on to the next. The next man have to step up. And with our kids knowing that the coaching system that we have, that if you do things not the right way, because my favorite saying is, it don't take much to do the right thing. It's on to the next. We have somebody that's going to step up in your position. He may not be as good as you, but he's doing the right thing. We can win, we can lose every game, but we're going to lose by kids doing the right thing.
Well, like I said, that's one thing I've admired about you since you got here, I mean, it's a strict discipline program. The kids understand it. Examples have been set where kids haven't done the right thing, and you showed them the door, and I think other kids realize that this guy's serious. I mean, what he says, he's backing up. When he says the rule's a rule, he enforces the rule. So I just think it's been good for the program. Like I said, a lot of success has come with it. Exciting brand of basketball. Looking forward to the season. Glad to see you got the summer program in full swing. So just wanted to get you in here to let people know, like I said, I mean, everybody hears about the football program having their off-season to do baseball, but basketball is the same thing. I mean, it's every sport now. I mean, nobody gets to tell you softball. I mean, it doesn't matter what sport you're in now. It seems like it's a year-round sport. So everybody's bought in. So you're doing a great job, and appreciate you coming in. Look forward to the summer program. Look forward to the upcoming season. But again, it's nice to see those 7 seniors all get scholarships and go on to play college basketball. It's just a great testament to your program and those kids buying in and doing the right thing, having the academics. I mean, they mentioned the SAT scores. I mean, it was just very impressive to see how well all those seniors did on the SAT.
Oh, yeah, just to talk about that, I know we're about to leave, but we had our whole senior class that's in our program. We also had 3 seniors that was assistant managers in our program. We have 2 young ladies that's going to ABAC University, and we also had one kid, Josh Horn, that's going to South Georgia Tech in Waycross, and Patrick Graves that going to the Navy. That last senior, that 7th senior, that was so special to us because it started out kind of rough for the kid, and the kid worked so hard, and just to see him doing great things now, and to go to the military and try to build a foundation for himself was very big for us. So we just happy. Like it's not me, I want to thank God for everything that he have brought to our program, and just seeing the success that we having, and also through the community and through the parents and through all the support that we have is very big, and I want to thank them as well. And I'm telling you, the teachers, our principals, our board, man, it's just outstanding just to have that type of support. And also thank y'all, Mr. Bob, just the radio station for having me on, just to get some of this out. Maybe it's kids that's listening, and to know that sometimes it pays off. It pays off if you trying to do the things right. It pays off.
Again, it was a great year. Hopefully another big year coming up, but keep on doing what you're doing. And like I said, appreciate you coming in. Good luck with the summer schedule. Sounds like you have some nice trips planned. And I know you got a booster club as well. You want to thank them.
Yes.
About these booster clubs, these programs. It's just amazing how much the home run club, the touchdown club, the booster clubs do for these programs. It's just amazing.
They do so much, man. And just like I said, the community and the head of our booster, man, they really put in a lot of time. We put in time, but they put in extra time that they do not have to. And you have some people in our booster club that don't even have a dog in the fight that's putting in that time. So I want to thank them and just thank them for all the support.
Okay, Coach. Well, appreciate you coming in. Have a great summer.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
105.5 FM in Jesup, Big Dog Country Radio, WIFO. More of the world-famous Butch and Bob Show in a minute.
It's time to slap on those aprons and put on your dancing shoes. Join us on June 15th as Live Oak Ranch hosts their very first backyard barbecue cook-off and June Jam. We're kicking off the summer nice and hot with a barbecue cook-off and all-day music, featuring a concert with Stephen Harrell and the Dusty Boots Band. Food and refreshments will be provided, as well as a foam pit and double racer water slide for the kids. Admission price $15 for adults, $5 for kids. Children 3 and under get in free. So mark your calendars for Saturday, June 15th from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. at the Barn at Live Oak Ranch. If you think your barbecue has what it takes to compete, entry forms are online at www.thebarnatliveoakranch.com. This event will take place on the lawn, so don't forget your blankets and chairs. Again, that's Saturday, June 15th from 10 a.m. until 10 p.m. at the Barn at Live Oak Ranch, located on Highway 169. We hope to see you there.
105.5 FM in Jesup, Big Dog Country Radio, WIFO, world-famous Butch and Bob Show for this Wednesday morning, the 5th day of June. And Bob, did you say that you slept through that storm that went through Jesup yesterday?
I must have, because Jonathan acts like it was a major
It was
storm.
it was a humdinger. I mean, the traffic lights were not straight down; they were sideways. Sideways, Bob. You know how much wind it takes to push those heavy traffic lights sideways?
My TV never went out, so I'm impressed. Never lost satellite.
I don't know if there was that much rain. I don't think there was that much rain. You see, here at the radio station, Leanne left the radio station yesterday afternoon at our office manager at 3:30, and she went into town. And then when she got to her house, about 30 minutes later after she left the house, she sent a text back and told me how bad the weather was at Burger King, Western Sizzling, and KFC. The lights were sideways, and the wind was blowing. And
I'm just glad we got some rain. That's good.
But we didn't get nothing here at the radio station. Nothing. It was about 2 miles north of us, and it was about 7 miles south of us. Because Scriven and that area and through McKinnon and Gardi, they got it. And then north of us, Madry Springs and that area up there got over an inch of rain. Long County, it's just like it got close to the radio station and parted like the Red Sea, and then went on around and got south of us and north of us.
Must have been a good nap, so I can figure.
You must have been a tired boy, Bob. Yes, sir. But like I said, we didn't get anything here at the station, which is fine because, the worst enemy of a radio station a lot of times is lightning. Right. Yeah, and so there was some thunder boomers going on in the area. I don't know if I actually ever saw lightning, but I heard that. I know that my dad, when he called me, his power had been off for an hour and a half off of Spring Grove Road. And I know at the house, I was told it flickered a little bit. But it's amazing you slept through that. It really is. But, if you get a good sound sleep, and you had your TV going, right?
I never lost satellite.
So your TV was going, so that was help drowning out the sound of the storm out there. And the thing about it is, Bob, it wasn't that long. It didn't. I mean, it came through and left so before you could turn around. So it didn't last that long. So hopefully everybody was able to make it through it yesterday with no problem at all. And a little bit of rain. Okay, I got some folks sending in some information this morning about the cash can, and I'm trying to figure out what they're saying and what's going on and that kind of stuff. So I'll figure that out instead of trying to do this live on the air. And
for weeks, Jonathan says he doesn't even know where it's at, but today he
says he thought he figured out where it may be. That's right. He figured out where he thinks it may be. And I got people sending in messages and pictures and stuff like that. I have no idea. Oh, yeah. Somebody just sent a picture in of, that's what this is right here. This has nothing to do with the cash in. This is this is some pictures right here off of Red Hill Road, off of Oglethorpe Road. Pieces of ice. And you see it, Bob? Hail. See those big old pieces of hail? Not about half the size of golf balls, right there. I could put some damage on a vehicle right there, couldn't it?
No doubt.
Hold on a second here. Okay, and so that's a major hail right there. And if that came down hard right there, that could put a bunch of dents in your vehicle.
Glad I didn't get that.
So, yeah, out Highway 169, out that way. I know that out there at the crossroads, they got about almost an inch and a half of rain. You can tell off of Red Hill Road. See, the thing about it is that all these areas are not that far away. You got Western Sizzling up there got it bad. Red Hill Road got it bad. Scriven got it down that way. And we got nothing here. Not a thing. I can see the black clouds south of us. I can see the black clouds north of us, northwest of us, but nothing here. But then that's a major hail right there. That's a big old pieces of ice right there that came down in that area. So hopefully everybody came through it without any major problems. Hopefully so. But we get back to the weather here. People sending in pictures here of the different damage or different hail. That's all the limbs down, a lot of limbs down. And let's go here to the weather forecast. But we do have a greater chance of of rain coming up in our weather forecast here. We do have a 70% chance of showers on Friday. We got a 50%. We got a 40% today. No, actually 60% this afternoon, 60% this afternoon, 40% tonight. Now tomorrow is a 50% chance. Friday is a 70% chance. Saturday is a 70% chance, and Sunday is a 70% chance. So hopefully we'll get some of this rain, because I understand some of the farmers out there are starting to get more gray hairs right now because of the lack of rain. And hopefully this rain is coming in time to help save the hay and other crops that are growing right now.
Desperate need of some rain, so
yeah.
It's been dry. It's been extremely dry the last couple months, so definitely need some rain in the area.
Yeah, after being wet for so long, we've had now this 100-degree heat and that kind of stuff. Somebody just texted in, so they got 2.5 inches of rain in Gardai. Yes, sir. 2.5, and that's a very short time period, Bob. That's less than an hour right there. So that's a lot of heavy rain coming down in a short time period there. So you had about 1.5 inches in the northwestern part of the county, and then you had about 2.5 inches down there in the south eastern side of the county. And hopefully no major damage, and got some rain there, but looks like we're going to get a really good chance of rain for the rest of this week, and kind of get some moisture back into the ground. The Omaha River is at 4.2 feet and steady, and it's been a while, Bob, since the river's been down that low for the last 2 or 3 years. It's been kind of up there. And so hopefully we'll get that rain. It'll be nice and easy, no problems, and soak it in, and everybody be happy. The lawns will start growing again instead of being brown, and the crops will get the moisture it needs. All right. Hold on a second here. All right, 105.5 FM in Jesup, Big Dog Country Radio. 20 minutes after 8 o'clock, 20 minutes after 8 o'clock on this Wednesday morning, world-famous Butch and Bob Show. And supposedly, we'll let folks know in a little while. But Jonathan, Matt can't be here till 9:30. Jonathan, Matt can't be here till 9:30. And so we'll see at that time. Supposedly the can's been found, but Matt will be here at 9:30. Jonathan, what's that? Okay, they'll come back at 9:30. Okay, they got it in their hands. Hey y'all, Jonathan, go get him. I think the cash can's been found. Well, we believe it has. I think the cash can has been found. They took a picture of it. They found it on the road that it was hidden on. So what we're going to do is let's see if we can get them back in here for a moment and talk to them here while we got the show going on. 105.5 FM in Jesup, Big Dog Country Radio, WIFO. Y'all come on back. We want you on the air. Come on, right here. Come on back. Come on back. Come on back. Come on in the studio here. And we got a couple of happy faces right here. Come on, have a seat right here, and have a seat right over here. And we're going to talk to the folks who are very happy this morning because they found the cash can. That's it, the official cash can, wrapped in the protective plastic there. And who do we have on the air with us this morning?
Tina Murphy.
Tina Murphy. Now, Tina, have you been following the clues and trying to put them all together over the last 3.5 weeks?
Definitely.
Okay. Did this morning's clue put you right on the spot?
Yeah.
No, I didn't put you on the exact spot, but it put you within
I knew where to go.
You knew where to go.
One there.
You were the first one there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And if folks go back and they look at these riddles over the past 3.5 weeks, it leads you to that spot.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it definitely leads you to the spot.
It leads you to some other spots, too. So.
Yeah. It led you in the general area, but if you read between the lines, you could have found it days ago.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, if you once you look back on them, you could say, I could have found that days ago.
Where was it found?
Okay.
The bridge on Holmesville, the dirt part.
Okay, you can go down Holmesville Road, just like the clue that said Sherlock Holmes. Okay,
Right.
take the road less traveled, which had been the dirt road on the other side. Of course, yesterday we mentioned the Odom Scriven Road.
Right.
And we kept mentioning water.
Yes.
And then, of course, yesterday we mentioned that if you go from small to big to small and look at the map, you'll find out what we're talking about. If you look at the map, Boggy Creek goes from skinny to big at Lake Grace to
Right.
skinny again, from small to big to small.
Right.
And it had to be next to water, so you knew that you were looking for water. And did you stop at the bridge across the Boggy Creek at that time?
Yes.
So you stopped at the bridge there at Boggy. I mean, of course, there was another one, Dry Creek, a little further down, but Dry Creek is dry.
Yes. Exactly.
I don't know what they call it. They're going to think of creek. But you went down Holmesville Road, you went across the Odom Scriven Road, and you went down to Boggy Creek there.
Well, actually, I was sitting at the lake
You were sitting in the lake when the clue came
when the
out.
clue came out.
So you're serious about hunting for this thing. Let me tell you.
Oh, yeah, there was already folks out there, too.
Where? At Lake Grace? Yeah.
At the intersection, though, the 5-way.
The 5-way. Yeah, I could see why folks would think it would be at the 5-way.
Yeah.
But I tried to put in there that things, if they looked at it, it led them to that area. But if they read between the lines over the last 3.5 weeks, they will see that it was in an area that wasn't exactly like that.
Yeah.
But I could see how folks could see that.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I geocached, too, so I found 3 yesterday.
3 what?
Geocaches.
Oh, you did? You found 3 geocaches?
Yeah.
Are they
And
still
so
doing
this
that?
Oh, yeah. So this morning when I went to the bridge, that was my instinct,
Uh-huh.
was I saw the dead limb
Mm-hmm.
on the ground.
Right.
But I went to the beginning of the bridge, and I found a geocache.
Oh,
So
you did? I didn't know there was a geocache there.
So I came back to the end where it was hid and ran my hand up in there, and yeah, I screamed and hollered.
So you get out. Did you park on this side of the bridge?
Yes.
Okay. And so you got out of the vehicle. Did
And
you look
went
on the
to the
right
left side.
Left side.
Yes.
And how far down was it on the left side?
It's actually right where the guardrail begins. It curves.
Right.
And
Mhm.
there's a little lip in there, and see, I've always known that from geocaching. So,
Right. So it was in the lip. So you knew from geocaching
Oh, yeah.
that you need to look in those type of spots.
Yes.
So the clue of where the sunshine never hits it was correct. Okay. And it was up a bank. The clue from you don't have to go to a bank, but get off around the Lake Grace area and try to find the road less traveled and up a bank and the clue that was earlier, I think last week or something like that, about the metal getting
Yes.
hot. So you need to look in a railing because it was metal.
Yeah.
And so all of it led it to right there.
Oh, yeah.
So Tina, who do you have here with you this morning?
This is Kevin McReady.
Kevin McNeil?
Kevin McReady.
Kevin McReady? Yeah. Kevin, how are you doing this morning? Come on up to the mic. Oh, because your mic on. Did I? Yeah, there you go. You doing well?
Doing well.
So Kevin, you've been helping her find, or?
Well, actually, let me show you this.
Oh Lord, what did you fix to show me, Tina? Tina Murphy in here this morning. She found the cash can this morning out of the bridge at Boggy Creek above Lake Grace down Holmesville Road. You go down Holmesville Road, you got the stop sign there. You go across, and
This is us today. This is us last year.
Y'all are serious hunters, aren't you? You know, been doing this for several
June
years.
the 4th of 2018.
So 1 year ago. So you missed it in December, but you got
Yesterday
it.
we tried.
Yeah. So we've had, I think, 2 or 3 different multiple winners in the years that we've been doing this.
Right.
Some people can figure it out real good. And it says, what was the meaning of the clue that said 5 plus 5 minus 1 is 9? All right, the clues that led you to the area, because I wasn't going to give specific spot where it was at because it would be fun to find it in the first week or second week. All right, we had 9 Run Road that led. Okay, first of all, the first clue that gave it to the roads was Special K. Kayville Road, which leads down to the Odom Scriven Road. Okay, you got 9 Run Road. That's what 5 plus 5 minus 1 is 9. And in that same riddle was the word run, because the clues were based on usually the words that rhymed. Okay, if you looked at it, it was the words that rhymed that really gave you the clue there. And so in the same clue was 9 and run. So 9 Run Road runs to Kayville Road, or close to it there. And then you had the Roman Empire. Empire Road runs from out here to the Lake Grace area down toward the Odom Scriven Road. And of course, I think in the first week I mentioned the fact that you really need to be looking down Highway 341 and 84. Okay, so both of those lead to that area. You got so all the different clues led you to that area, but if you really studied it hard, you'd have figured that it wasn't quite where you thought it was. It was a little bit different area.
Right.
And you can see that now, can't you, when you look back over the clues over the last 3.5 weeks, that you could actually found it a few days ago. But today's clue, that pretty well did it right there.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And so you get out of your vehicle and you start walking down there and you're reaching there, and of course you've known it before since you found it in the past that it was going to be in a we got to have it protected, so we put it in a plastic bag. Yeah, we protected, and so it was in that. So I wish I had the time right now to sit down there and go over every single one of the clues and explain how it led to that spot there on Holmesville Road, the dirt road there at the bridge across Boggy Creek that leads into Lake Grace.
Right.
So I was, most of the clues led to that area, but if you read between the lines there, you'd have seen the fact that it was not quite right there.
Yeah. There's another lady that came up probably 5 minutes after I'd gotten there, and she went on the other side of the bridge.
What you mean,
I know she was heartbroken, but especially when I reached in and pulled it out and showed it to her. She was on the phone with someone.
Okay. Now, Kevin, did you actually help any, or were you just there for for company?
I helped her yesterday. I wasn't there this morning. I was at work.
You were at work.
I listened to the clue, and as soon as it come out, I said, leave the lake and go to Holmesville.
So you actually told her to go to Holmesville.
Yeah, I was sitting at the lake, and
it was a dilemma between 2 bridges.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
The other one up Odom Ridge Road. I thought of it yesterday, but we didn't go to it, so we just went and stayed at the lake.
Oh, okay.
But then this morning when it come out, I said, it leads out to county. I said, go to Holmesville.
Yeah. If you get to the county, turn around.
Yeah, when you said that, I was like, oh, yeah. I got to go, so I booked it.
Yeah, and take, like I said yesterday, take a look at the map.
Right.
If you look at the map,
Yeah, I had several people
you
asking
can see basically, it would be somewhere along there.
What the toad meant.
The toad didn't mean, the toad just meant it was around water.
Yeah.
Bunny meant it was out, where a place where you could see bunny.
Right.
Some things were put in there just to rhyme, but in every single clue there was a tidbit of information or nugget of information, as I mentioned several times, that a person could use to find the cash can.
Yeah.
And so I'm glad that you liked it.
Yes, it was fun, and I hope you continue to do it this way.
We will.
We talked with a couple professionals out there yesterday that we happened to run up. I told her, I said,
professionals, the ones we know that
we're going to see these two right here today when we get out. And we sitting there and we talked with them for a long time right there, and they was talking how they really liked how y'all put it all together this year with the rhymes and riddles.
Yeah, I had a chance to write those. That's the way I used to do it eons ago. Okay. And of course, Matt has been handling it in the last since we started back. So he's too busy doing other stuff right now. So I told him I would do it. And the riddles are a lot more fun because not only do you have to figure out where the cash can is, you got to figure out the riddle, and you got to figure out what out of that riddle that is good information and what is there just to rhyme, just as part of the story.
Right.
And so it made it a lot more fun. Matt said he went to the Elks Lodge last night. I talked to him last night, and he said it was the talk of the Elks Lodge last night. Everybody trying to figure out where it is and that kind of stuff. And, of course, I also mentioned at one time the counties, and close to a county line. And that was a couple of weeks ago, okay? That it showed the fact that you had to be close to the county line.
Oh, yeah.
When I mentioned the counties, Bacon and Appling and all the those ones around there, that kind of, and that was like 2 weeks ago. I mentioned all that. Yeah. But Tina Murphy in here, does she share the money with you, Kevin? Or? Apparently not.
Oh yeah.
Bob, questions or comments for our guest?
Curious what you're going to plan to do with the money. Got a special plan? What you're going to do with the money? I mean, or just,
no. I don't know. We've talked about going to Maine.
I got you.
To Maine?
Yeah, for a vacation. But
now, I don't blame you. When it's 100 degrees here, it's probably about 70 up there.
Yeah, I would love to.
That'd be nice to get out of this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there are a lot of people in that area today,
Oh, yes.
and yesterday too.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I understand
Yes.
Lake Grace was packed around.
Yes.
Yeah, just packed with people around Lake Grace yesterday.
This morning when I come out of Westlake, because I was on Westlake, and there were several people there, and people walking down the road coming to there.
Yeah.
That's what I like to do. I like to go right there. When I had no idea where it was, watching all the people in that area,
Oh, yes.
and they're all. You can tell they're all looking for that.
Yesterday afternoon on East Lake side, it was, because there's a road over there.
Right.
The old road.
The old road. Mm-hmm.
And so it was just covered up with people. Yeah.
People like the cash can promotion, and we love doing it. We always put in an area where it can be found easily. You don't have to, dig or you don't have to bring a ladder, and it's not in an unsafe area.
Right.
When we went to, when I say we, me and my son Matt went down that way to take a look at places to hide it down that way. I had an idea anyway because I'd been down that way before. And we thought about more down toward the bank on the rock, under one of those rocks. But we figured, no, that would be too dangerous. Someone may slip or something like that. So that's the reason why we brought it up the hill, up the bank, as the clue said, and put it in the railing, which, of course, I talked about in the previous clue, the metal, being hot and things of that sort. And so you knew you had to look at water. You knew you had to go up a bank. And there was going to be metal there. It was a road less traveled. And
I don't know. That's a pretty busy road.
Well, yeah, it's less traveled than the paved roads. Let's put it that way.
I work at the road department, so I get those complaints.
Oh, you're sure you get the caution out there? There's not that many houses out there.
Holmesville. Well, people coming from Appling.
Yeah, I never knew that Holmesville Road went over into Appling County until about 7 years ago, 8 years ago. Yeah. Some friends of mine, they were going over to apparently to somebody right across the Appling County line, maybe a few miles across the Appling County line there on the Holmesville Road. Of course, it gets paved when it gets to Appling County.
Right.
When you get Appling County, stops dirt, gets paved.
Right.
And some friends over there always had a big July 4th party, and they invited me, so I followed them. And I'd never really been across the road there on Odom Scriven Road toward on the dirt road. Okay. So I followed them, and I said, where in the world are we going? It's just, you got all these dirt roads out there, and then finally we got over to Appling County, and then we went down there a few miles, and there was a big 4th of July party.
Right.
And so that's how I knew that the bridge was down there for Boggy Creek, leading into Lake Grace and then out of Lake Grace. Well, Tina Murphy, congratulations once again for participating. Kevin, thank you once again for participating. Kevin McGrady, her cohort here. And, we've had people win a 4-man team.
Right.
They've won it a couple of times where all 4 of them, of course, they can't always go out at the same time, so at least 1 or 2 are always out looking, and they've won it a couple of times.
Right. Yeah, I actually saw him this morning.
You saw him this morning?
Coming back, he was going.
And they share the money.
I showed him the cash.
Oh, Tina Murphy just bragging there.
That's right.
Throwing it in.
It's a competition.
Yeah. Well, Matt, who was the person who handles the books for me here at the station, he's not going to be here to 9:30. Okay. So he's the one that writes the checks. So he goes it through QuickBooks and all. I mean, I don't know what he does in there. He does it through the computer. I can handwrite it, but he'd rather do the computer thing, so it'll be in the computer.
I got you.
And so you can come back around 9:30, and we'll have that for you there. And once again, congratulations to Tina Murphy and Kevin McReady. First
so
folks
much.
to find the cash can. Kevin, that was heads up. You giving Tina a call saying, go down Holmesville Road. Now, do you think you would have done that if Kevin hadn't called you?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah?
But
Yeah.
we've been working together this whole time, though. Well, every time it comes out, we work together.
Oh, okay.
You know, so, yeah.
All right. Well, sounds fun. It's a lot more fun when you work with the team, whether you're just one of the partner or two others or whatever.
But I'm more of a searcher than he is.
All right. He's
bored
quick. Well, your searching has paid off, Tina. Congratulations. Tina Murphy, our cash can winner. She wins $1,055. The reason why it's $1,055 is our frequency on WIFO's 105.5. So we give away $1,055. Come back at 9:30, Tina and Kevin, and we will have the check. Who do we make it out to?
Tina Murphy.
Oh, yeah. All right, y'all take care.
All right, thank you so much.
Bye-bye. 105.5 FM Jesup, Big Dog Country Radio, WIFO. Oh, that's funny right there. I don't care who you are. All right. Congratulations. Tina Murphy, Kevin McReady found the Georgia Dermatology and Big Dog Country cash can this morning. Congratulations to them. And we'll get their check to them in just about about an hour from now. They'll come back and get that check because Matt's not here yet. And if Matt was here, he could go ahead and give them the check.
The world famous Butch and Bob Show.